The clarion call has sounded. The curtain rises. Say goodbye to yourself and embrace the unknown. As I don the many masks of this tale, I challenge you to fully immerse in the story, the mystery, and the terror. Live the fears and hopes, and let your mind wander through the shadows. Uncover the secrets that lie beneath, for the only certainty is the mask you wear. Embrace the transformation, commit to the journey, and let the masks of Nyarlathotep reveal its truths to you.
Dear Grandma, I hope nothing has changed about home, as I am starting to miss how normal it is there, and that's saying a lot. It's been quite a journey, and I can't help but think of you as I write this. The adventure started off with a sense of excitement and wonder, but things have taken a darker turn. We had an encounter with one of Mr. Jackson's friends who reminded me so much of you, and it was strange because after our visit, we learned that this person had passed away. It's unsettling how their presence felt so familiar, and then suddenly they were gone. Lately, I've been feeling an eerie presence that I can't shake. We suspect it might be Mendoza, or that he is a part of the Carcery. The spirit that's said to haunt these parts. I can't escape the feeling that something is following us. It's hard to describe, but it's like a heavy shadow over everything. I keep thinking about Nyara and the gold we have with us. I believe that returning it to where it belongs might help us in some way, maybe even help this city find peace. The spirits here seem restless and spiteful. I can't ignore the sense that something needs to be set right. I miss home dearly, but I also know there's so much to learn and understand out here. Please keep me in your thoughts. Your wisdom and guidance mean a lot to me right now. I hope that whatever I'm facing can be resolved, and I'll continue to seek out answers and make things right. Take care, Grandma, and thank you for always being a source of comfort and insight. With love, Iris.
Beautiful.
Aww.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Amazing.
And what do we do with Larkin?
Kill it. Wait.
Well, who wants this? Who should we start with? Should we start with the Larkin crew or the... Let's start with the ass crew. Let's start with the ass crew.
Okay.
So, you see this desiccated donkey in front of you with a telltale, circular lamprey looking like wound in its side, neck. And I believe you had your weapons drawn, you're like looking around.
Yeah, because we heard the sound and we were walking like towards it.
Right.
So we've not heard anything from the camp. There's no alert. We've just heard the sound. So we have no reason to leave. I'm just trying to gather my bearings, right? We've not heard. They're not yelling for us to come back.
I honestly don't remember at the end. Do you guys feel, as the other two, do you think you would have yelled out by now?
I mean, since we cut off whenever we just found him.
Probably not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Not at this moment.
To be done then.
And how far is his tent from the donkeys?
So it was only like 20, 30 feet or so, but they had went off, further into the darkness. Yeah.
I'll just keep. I mean, I'm still walking. Then I guess we've not heard. So I'm trying to find the source of, because we heard the donkey got dragged away. We saw some kind of trail. We didn't see it get dragged away. We just saw it. It's missing now.
You saw the trail of it.
Yeah, and we see this. So
Dragged,
I'm still following the trail, like trying to be careful, looking for signs of.
Okay, roll me.
I don't know anything.
Let's get a roll. Roll a track.
Sure.
It's a hard one for you. It's a 10.
Hold on. Why?
It's on the right side.
Could I not persuade you to do a survival jungle?
It is the highlands here. It's not. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, I would let you do that.
Potato. Failed.
Yeah. So you were like, I don't know. Vincent's with you, so you're like, this way, and you're moving forward and trying to find it, and you quickly lose any semblance of like what direction whatever attack this went. Assuming Carcery, right?
Okay, so since it's not the jungle, I had a much bigger, like denser wooded area, not woods, but like vegetation and stuff. So I'm not really worried about getting lost. We're in the highland.
You're not worried about getting lost, like walking off. No, not at this point. The most, like if you walk too far, right? But you're not far out of earshot, or
So before, so I'm not like finding anything. I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be really careful about how I'm stepping. Like I'm kind of watching Vincent, but he's doing the same thing. It seems like trying not to step on like big branches, or try to watch where we go. So I want to like I stop. So if I don't see anything, I'll hold my hand out to Vincent and kind of like flag him a little bit, because we're close, we can see each other, like just motion to stop. And I want to reach down and get a rock, or I'm sure I can find a rock. Just get a rock down there.
There's so many rocks, you could make a rock store.
So I'm gonna kind of do hand signals, and I guess make sure Vincent kind of understands. I want to throw, because I think it's still something's out there, and I want to see if I can flush it a little bit. Like I'm assuming it's. I don't know for sure that it. Well, I mean we saw the hole, so we know it's one of the fucking lampreys from hell. But I want to see if it's right, lampreys from hell, exactly. So I want to see what else is out there. So I'll hold the rock and I'll gesture that I'm going to throw it, and I'll throw it into. I'll try to throw it against something that I think is going to make the most noise.
There's like a boulder next to you.
Sure, whatever. Yeah. That's fine. Like even though I failed the roll, I'm still going to say I pick a direction that I'm fairly certain it's coming from, and I'm going to pick that direction and throw it to try and make noise over there. I'm not just going to throw it, I don't want to throw it next to us. I want to kind of put it into the distance to see, if I can make something move.
Sure. Yeah, sure. And I guess I never just assumed you guys knew what Peruvian highlands kind of was, and maybe I should describe it.
It was probably just me.
Think of like sparse trees, like hardly any trees, large expansive vistas. You got some tall mountains, peaks with snow, lots of rocky outcroppings, very short grassy type weeds around everywhere. So like most of what would limit your vision would be darkness or bends in like the mountains, or just pure distance. Not like a dense vegetation of any kind. So you take this rock and
I said okay.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at Chad's face. Sorry, I look at the faces while we were. Yeah, so you take a rock and throw it out there and see if you can make anything happen.
I'm like focused on the ground because I'm scared of these like parasites. So that's where I'm focused while he's doing this, just for reference.
Yeah, so you're focused on the ground. Go ahead and roll me a tracking as well, and you throw that rock, and it makes like a large clonk clonk, and you can hear it like echo, clonk 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 clonk.
But I don't hear anything. Like I'm listening intently. I don't hear like anything rustle in the trees or bushes or anything.
Yeah, nothing. Maybe what it was isn't looking for you. Maybe they're trying to get away from you. But whatever it is,
I'll pause and wait for. I'll notice Vincent's kind of looking, I guess, and so I'll wait to see what he says. But after that, I'm gonna try and tell us to go back to the camp unless he says something different. Like if I'm not gonna keep going. Like that kind of like, I guess, made my hurt my confidence a little bit that I thought I was tracking it in the right direction, but I'm not.
And it's really hard. I mean, you have like, very small amount of vegetation to like make tracks through, and it's very rocky. So if anything was smart or really didn't want to be tracked, or you weren't, good in it, it would be very hard to track something through this. Unless they were leaving some like nasty trail of blood or something.
Or white
or
ooze.
White fat. Yeah. Right.
This is opposite day, right? 93.
Let me check the calendar. No, it is not opposite day today.
Okay.
So. Okay. 93, no. And I can't remember. In Call of Cthulhu, you have to pass it to get the mark? Yeah, you have to pass it to get the mark of... Yeah, okay. It's not a fail in Call of Cthulhu.
Oh, that's right. It's backwards.
It's backwards. From what we're used to, at least.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, if he doesn't say anything, I'll... we don't hear anything from the rock. I'll motion. I'm still trying to be quiet, so I'll kind of point at both of us and just gesture back towards the way we came for camp and turn around and start walking. Unless he grabs me, I'm just going to start walking slowly back to camp.
By that time, you probably have heard from us.
Watching the fucking ground.
If you scream, if you like yell or scream, then I will sprint back to camp.
All right, let's cut back over then. Since they're mulling around, looking, let's cut back to the girls. Larkin's tent.
Okay. So since I kind of, stuck my head in first, I'll kind of go in and just head over to him and just be like, can I tell if he's breathing before I even get close enough?
Sure.
To pulse or anything? Because you can usually see a chest rise, right?
Sure. And remember,
emaciated man.
remember this, inside this confined tent, that rotten kind of carrion meat smell. Just remember that visceral disgust kind of rise. The bile starts to rise. Yeah. You put your hand over your face.
Smells like Bourbon Street.
A little worse than Bourbon Street, just a little bit. And you can see, you're watching him. I'm not going to make you roll for this because it's very obvious. A certain point, it takes a while, but you see his chest inflate and hold for a second, and then deflate. Just very sporadic breaths come through.
Okay. I'll kind of whisper, but I'm not going to actually whisper. Well, I guess he's not dead.
Nope,
but he doesn't look good.
Nope. And I'll yell, Declan, Vincent, come here. And
I'm going to go over and take the syringe out of his arm.
Okay. You take the syringe out of his arm, and you see a trickle of dark... Oh, hang on. A trickle of it's much darker than you would expect the blood to be.
Well, I don't know what it would look like laced with heroin, so I don't know if that's normal for blood to be darker. So I would just, and it's also darker in
It's pretty dark.
tent.
You see this just dark crimson kind of just roll out of his, where you pull it out.
And I'll just I'll find something like a shirt. I don't care if it's dirty at this point. Just,
His one white shirt, you just dab it on.
Whatever. Yeah. Sorry, dude. We'll rub some dirt on it. It's fine.
Love it.
It's the 20s. They rub dirt on everything, right?
That's what you clean with, I think.
Yeah,
I mean, surely that sweaty motherfucker's got a rag somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a sock, but yeah. Yeah.
Should I do a
I'll
first
sprint.
aid roll and see if I can help him in any way, or...
What do you want to help him do? He is alive.
Breathe? Do some...
I mean, he's on heroin.
Yeah. I don't know. They don't have Narcan back then.
Right. So, that's why I'm asking what your goal is.
Yeah. I was just trying to,
He's not, he doesn't seem like he's going to die.
I'm not trying to metagame, but at the time, they thought caffeine would reverse. I'm not saying it will work. I'm saying that's something they thought would reverse, overdoses like this. So, she may know that, that was an urban legend kind of thing, if you wanted to try it. It's not like you have to be a doctor to know that. It was, something they talked about.
I love it. Does anybody have caffeine?
I don't remember. Yeah.
I feel like Declan probably has some military grade caffeine pills, right?
Wasn't it meth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some straight up meth. Let's go.
I see you're overdosing on heroin. Let me administer some meth.
The OG no-dos.
Okay. But if you want to do something like that, roll me a first aid check. And we'll see what you got.
Well, I was gonna say if I get back to camp in time, I can give her the meth pills if that's what she wants. I can get them out of my bag. I don't know how to administer. They're actual pills, so I don't know how to crush them up and give them to someone intravenously if that's what she's gonna do. But I can give them to her.
Yeah. So Declan and Vincent, get there. Declan, busts in, and how was your first aid roll?
I haven't rolled it yet because he was...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Going now.
She's not successful, so she doesn't know about the caffeine.
Oh.
So they hollered.
Yep, you guys are there. They hollered. Well, I don't know what they said.
I'm trusting the Declan's got that under control. I am still terrified about this parasite situation, so I'm I'm like fucking.
I'll just ask Declan, have you seen this before in the field?
Yeah,
or...
so can I try to take the pills, literally put them in his mouth and work his jaw to chew them?
Yeah, so you get in there and you kind of ascertain the situation very quick. You see Abigail with the syringe, kind of like setting aside. And you're like, oh.
Hey, is he dead? What's going on? And then
not yet.
You could point at you guys point at the fucking syringe or the thing around his arm that he shot, like the rope, not rope, but the what I'm talking about, the rubber to like pop your vein. And I'm like, oh, and I go and get the pills and I'm like, open his mouth. I'll try and take them and like crush them up in my hands a little bit, like as much as I can to like a coarse powder, and then just put them in there and try to make him swallow. Like I like shoving them in his mouth and like kind of tilting his head back.
Okay. Yeah. You just you wash it down with something? Get the
No, I don't, because I don't want to make him choke. I won't stop them if they try, but I'm just trying to get like as much down his throat as I can.
Roll me a What do you guys think? First aid or luck?
Luck, since we don't get to use it much.
I think luck.
I mean, I can roll a first. All I'm doing is making the guy hard swallow some powder. I'm not sure how specialized.
All right. Roll me a luck. Those ain't very specialized.
No, I'm gonna do this, and I'll try and adjust with luck.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oof.
No, don't adjust with luck. That's not worth it.
No, that's too much.
So
just roll me a luck check.
I don't. Oh, I'm sorry. I already see this wrong. Here we go.
Is there any way I can aid in any of this, to help with like rolls and shit?
Yeah, so it seems you could have.
I was trying to say it before everybody rolled, and everybody rolled really fast.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I shouldn't have rolled.
Well, Abigail can still roll.
Well, can I push it and give her the chance to help?
Aid or luck?
You can always push.
Well, so I want her to be able to help because.
Well, no, pushing is trying again
with
more severe consequences.
Right. And as of right now, he's not dying.
He's not,
As of right now.
But to be clear, how do we know? None of us are doctors.
Well, he's breathing. That's what I mean by that. Like, he is breathing.
Right. Okay. But for all we know, we think he could. I mean, he could get worse. We're not sure that he's not gonna slip into a coma or never wake up again. It's like it is a pretty dire situation.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I've probably seen some motherfuckers doing heroin.
You can.
Heroin?
I said doing heroin.
Oh, I thought you said do a heroin.
Do one heroin.
I live in NYC. I'm at the college. It's probably some of those assholes are just fucking heroin fiends. Students or colleagues or TAs or something. Like, does this look like a standard person that's just high as a kite? Or
so Declan, administers this caffeine, and you guys are waiting for like a minute, and like nothing. He doesn't seem to react to caffeine at all. So maybe that's not a cure to whatever he's going on.
Yep, fair enough.
He's still breathing.
He's still breathing.
He bled a little, but he's not like.
He bled just a normal amount of, if you stick a needle in your arm and pull it out. You can look at his arm, and you guys see just plentiful scars and mars there, where he has been shooting up for quite some time. And you can look at this heroin bottle, and it's, at the last little, 1/4, so has gone through that much already. He's had to have been doing this before he met you. This ain't his first rodeo.
Guys, I think he's just high. Like, I don't think there's much.
If he was gonna overdose, he would have done the whole thing.
I don't think he did it on purpose.
They usually don't.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot we can do about it. I mean,
yeah, we can just see if he wakes up, I guess.
We gotta get directions somehow.
You remember your bet.
Keep an eye on.
Your bet. Oh no.
Somebody can keep an eye on him and make sure he's still breathing and doesn't.
So I'll roll him over. Yeah, as he says that, I'll roll him over to make sure he doesn't asphyxiate. And that's all I do.
You roll him over, and you can hear he just kind of like expedition. Expedition.
Aha! The caffeine worked. I'm a genius.
Can I reach into his pockets to see if there's like anything else, if he has any more, or what else he has in his pockets?
Yeah, you can search him. He has nothing else on him.
Okay.
I do bring up too, like, I'm not saying that Declan would know all this, but he understands that drug addicts have withdrawals. So, like, I do bring up the fact, like, since we're not trying to save him, we're just gonna see if he dies or not at this point. That I'll at least say, hey, we need to, talk about what we do when he does wake up, assuming he makes it through this. Like, we can't really stop him cold turkey. Like, we can't just take it away from him because he may, I mean, he's an adult, but it also may hurt him. But we can't have our guy that refuses to tell us where the fuck we're going. He can't overdose every night. Eventually, he's gonna get unlucky. I'm not saying he did this on purpose, but like,
maybe we can get the directions and then give it back to him if he gives us the directions.
I like where your head's at. Yeah.
And it's your own fate, if you want the rest of it, you can have it, but tell us where to go. I don't know. I'm like, hey, Abigail or Iris, one of you needs to hold on to his, like, let's try and go through his stuff. Like, I don't like the idea of snooping, but one of you needs to hold on to the rest of this vial, and we'll talk to him when he wakes up, but just to make sure that like he doesn't have immediate access to it. Yeah, I didn't sign up for this.
No.
Nah, I didn't know we would be babysitting someone either, but here we are.
I'm not a babysitter. I'm sorry. I'm not responsible for that.
Well, he's responsible for this expedition, so
apparently.
Whether we ask for it or not, he's our problem.
So since Vincent offered help, I will.
I'm just like poking my head in and checking on him. Like, I'm still paranoid about the shit outside. Like, I'm just patrolling the tent area.
I'll take the bottle.
Okay. I was gonna ask Vince, like, as well, is there something else we should do? We have him on his side, but since you seem to know more about it, like, specifically than me, like, I'll ask you if there's something else we need to do for him, since you're not focusing on him directly, and then that's all.
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys got him in. I'm sure that the relatively common knowledge and somebody that's knows people doing drugs to put him on their side, that makes sense. I think that's all I would really know how to do. So he's not going to choke himself to death.
Okay, I'll go through his stuff. So if Abigail took the vial, I'll start going through it. I'm not gonna. I honestly not trying to snoop. I'm only trying to look for like other vials that may look like it, or needle, like paraphernalia, I guess, like anything that I think may be related to him shooting up. If I find it, I want to take it, but otherwise I don't read anything, and I don't like take anything else.
But he claims that it's all in his brain, so
he does.
Well, yeah, and I don't know what I just want to make it clear that I'm not actually. If I find anything at all, I'm not trying to. I just want to look for my drugs.
Paraphernalia.
Yeah, so you go through and looking for stuff, and you don't find any more drugs. You do find the the two items that he was showing you, the gold items. Remember that he said he got from a alpaca farmer.
I don't take those. If I find them, I just leave. I mean, I'll tell the group if it's a. I don't think that was a secret, but I'll mention to the group they're here, but I'm not going to take them or do anything to them.
Okay.
While they're looking for drug stuff, I'm gonna just watch his breathing and make sure that it doesn't get any worse, and to see if it gets any better.
Okay.
I think earlier at the end of last session, I think we said that what's his fuck went with you guys towards Larkin's tent. Does he have any?
Yeah, where was he?
Oh yeah,
insight?
I forget that I have a hand in this sometimes.
Yeah. I just didn't know if he had any insight into the process.
The process of doing heroin.
Caring for someone high.
Oh. No, I have no expertise here. Just roll him on his side, put a pillow behind him, and let's get back to sleep. He's fine. It looks like he's been doing this for a while.
He certainly does. We did. We're down an ass.
We're down 2, I think.
He's not dead yet.
Not yet.
I'm not carrying his ass.
only the one was gone, right?
Right.
Okay.
And those gold artifacts, were those like the ones that we found with Rizzo, or no? That Larkin had. What gold? I missed.
It was at the very beginning, first episode, very beginning. It was a pendant and like a golden cup. He was like, these are proposed to be from this area. And, there's more of this here. Come with me, kind of deal.
Okay, I got you.
If they make their way to me at some point, do they feel like gold?
I don't think he took them out. He just left them where they were.
He left them.
Yeah. I've mentioned them. You can go get them. I'm definitely not going to stop you. But I don't. Yeah. I was so focused on just looking for the paraphernalia, I didn't take them out.
I don't leave the grounds for long.
Could I hold on to that gold pendant to see if it's from somewhere? I know I have to hold on to it for like 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw it at you if you ask for it.
Yeah, I'll hold on to that. And then should I use my only psychometry thing that I have for this?
If that's what you would like to do.
Or
I look at you really confused and say, "What's that word?" No, go for it. Sure.
Is before she does that, just so I know, I don't think anybody's has archaeology, right? Like nobody here is specializing in that kind of stuff, right? To this time. Okay, cool. Yeah, nobody.
I have a 1.
The good old grand old 1. Okay.
You do too.
All right, excellent. Yeah, if you would like to hold maybe just hold one of those items, pendant or the goblet, either one.
I have to hold it for like 10 minutes or something. Is that what you said?
Yep. So go ahead and hit psychometry, the macro there. So 7 minutes, you hold it.
Okay.
And you're trying to get a feel for what's going on there. And maybe you haven't practiced enough. Because 7 minutes go by and you're just not able to get a glint on what's going on. And as you're like at your wit's end here, you're like reaching and reaching and reaching, something's got to be out there in this astral expanse that you're reaching into, and you just get this feeling in your mouth like bile and maggots again, and you're like and you pull it away.
Not again, not the maggots. This isn't good, guys.
Did she fail her roll, or
she failed her roll?
Okay.
Just not good yet.
Sorry, I didn't hear that part.
We didn't say it. I just explained it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's a dud.
You'll get it next time, champ.
All right, so we wait till he wakes up.
You guys gonna go to sleep?
I spend way too much time just like wandering around the campsite. Hunting, searching.
Anybody trying to get a night's rest here?
I think I'll stay. Like me and Abigail can like take turns watching and breathing.
Yeah.
To make sure he stays breathing.
You sure?
Set up a watch rotation with the boys.
After the stuff with the donkeys and the stuff with him, I don't know that I would be able to sleep right away anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I mean, it might take me a while, but if we're not going to watch him, it'll take me a while to get back to sleep.
Okay.
But I don't want to. I'm going to say this. I don't want to be alone.
Yeah, same.
So.
Okay, so you guys mostly stay up the rest of the night, and then morning comes.
Well, to be clear, I said watch rotation
with
the guys at least.
I'm sorry, my work called. I missed the last minute. I'm back. Sorry.
No worries.
I just assumed that we could set up some sort of watch rotation to at least get some rest.
Are we watching outside and going into the tent and like doing that? One person's doing all that, or?
I was figuring. It sounded like they were together, keeping an eye on him, taking turns. So I figured the Jackson and Vincent and Declan could rotate it.
Yeah, it's only like 6 hours until sunlight at this point, right?
Right.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, if we could, the three of us could cover the shifts really easily. That works for me.
I would definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
if I was staying with Larkin, I would go back to my tent or whatever and get a scarf or something to cover my mouth.
You ain't sleeping in there.
No.
All right. So the sun starts to rise, and you hear the llamas cuckooing in the distance. Because I don't know what else cuckoos. Alpacas? No, it's alpacas. Yeah, it's alpaca time. And Larkin, starts to come to, and whoever's in there, Iris or Abigail, whatever, you see them start to stir. Nobody else encountered anything throughout the night.
Okay.
What are you doing in here?
We thought you were dead.
Yeah, we're making sure
Wait.
you're alive, dude.
Who's in there when he wakes up? I'm sorry. All of us?
Whoever is in there watching him, I don't.
I guess.
I mean, I assumed I'm outside, but yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the girls because they said they were transferring. So
I guess Iris, that would be you because I stayed up first. Okay.
Oh, but you scared the shit out of us. I thought you were dead.
No. And he starts to button up his shirt again. It's the tattoo, the large, weird tattoo on his chest. He's buttoning up and he's like, I'm as good as I'll ever be. Yeah.
How long have you been doing this stuff?
What do you mean? Did I sleep in? Is it time? I'm sorry. Let's get out of here. Let's get him packed up.
I'll get out of the tent. And
as soon as you get out of the tent, he comes out. He's like, "I'm sorry, I slept in. Let's get this packed up. We'll get it on the road. Double time. Sorry."
I walk up, not in his face, but I walk up to him. I'm like, I don't care what you do, but you are the only way that we're getting back home. So maybe don't try and fucking kill yourself. And then turn around and walk away.
He looks
very.
And as you walk up to him, you can't help but feel almost assaulted by the smell that comes off him as you come up in his face and you say that, and you can just feel it billowing around you.
Oh, I'm sure I'm flinching.
Makes your nose hairs curl.
Yeah, and I'm genuinely upset. I'm not trying to necessarily scare him. I'm just I don't want to die in a jungle. I want to go home to my family. And this dude's fucking shooting up. So I say that and just turn around.
He's like, well. Let's head out, shall we, everyone?
Look, Mr. Larkin, we all have our abilities, but as the only one with your mental map there, I really would prefer not to find you dead and foaming at the mouth. I've done it one too many times. Okay. I don't know what sort of withdrawals you're going to have here soon, because I doubt you have, unless you got a lot more than I expected. I don't know how long this is going to last.
It's just for pain. It's just for pain, my dear boy. It'll be fine.
I don't care. I just don't want you dead. That's our preference.
Well, I prefer not to be dead as well.
I prefer it, but it sounds like it's gonna happen sooner than later. You need to.
Well, all right. If we're all done picking on me this morning, let's get move on. I understand your grievances.
By the way, something. We're down a donkey.
Wild animal got the ass.
Yep, something got the ass. Something with a small circular bite.
I think we're.
Does he react to that comment?
No, he's just thinking about as soon as you say when we're down a donkey, it's like, okay, we'll have to move some of the stuff over here and split it up between the donkeys. We should be okay. We don't have to leave any of our cold weather stuff behind, I don't think yet. But if we lose another one, we're gonna have to drop some gear.
I look at Vincent as he says that because I didn't know he was gonna say it, but I catch on that he's trying to get him to react, and I look at him and just shake my head a little bit, and then do whatever I'm doing. I don't know. Because Declan thinks he's lying. Shocker.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are packing up your tents, rolling up your bags, packing your gear, strapping them up, putting on donkeys, that kind of deal.
Yep.
Getting ready.
We should have a donkey watch next time so we don't lose another one.
Should have a donkey what?
Donkey watch.
You know what? You can take that.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
So,
I will.
We certainly can't really afford to lose another. So
We sleep with the donkeys. Got it.
Have an ass watching party.
Better
What do
than,
we do?
better than sleeping in that tent. Ooh.
I'll be part of the ass watching party. That's fine. He takes a flask and steps in at like 7 a.m.
I'm over here making some like instant coffee.
Yeah. So you guys pack up, head them out, start on your another leg of the trip here, second leg of the trip. Anything you guys want to say and or make apparent on your way? Otherwise, I'll just move along.
No, I'm just still in shock of like what we went through, and that this guy's guiding us.
This guy is guiding you. For sure.
I'm not gonna be keeping a super close eye on him because I assume that the girls will, and that he's hopefully not gonna do anything stupid since he's awake now. But I will, like, I guess I have nothing better to do. Just look at where we're going. I don't know. I knew it. I guess I can't really. I was gonna say try to keep an eye out for things, but I'm not gonna be able to notice anything anyways. I'm walking and riding on a donkey. I'm not gonna see a fucking worm moving around. No, never mind.
Yeah,
I'm just
looking for
walking.
worms is going to be a little difficult.
Yeah, never mind.
So one of the places that
We
Cool.
need to come up with a way to get the directions out of him somehow, some way before he dies, or we're just gonna be lost.
You're thinking that on your second day, and you're like,
Yeah.
well, there's only one more
Yeah.
day left of this, so if you can make it one more day after
One more
this, then
day.
you should be good.
Yeah, I'm thinking that for sure.
Yeah.
For the record, I did check instant coffee, 1890. So good.
Nice.
I was pretty sure dehydrated coffee wasn't exactly a recent invention.
The best part of waking up, nondescript coffee in your cup.
Thank you. Yeah, very
Yeah.
good. Very good.
Yeah.
So back on track, you guys. If there's nothing else, you guys just spend the day traveling through the highlands. It's not much. It's beautiful. I say it's not much to see, but it's also extremely beautiful. You're going up and down these mountain sides, just beautiful vistas of the valleys going in between them, the snow-capped mountains. Every now and then you see like beautiful lake underneath. Other than that, not much going on. However, let's say around 4 or 5-ish in the afternoon, you are approaching kind of like a hill that's coming up in front of you, and you haven't crested it yet. You hear like sounds of gunfire firing off. Sounds like on the other side of that.
Like
We're heading
one or
towards that.
two, or like a shootout.
Just like 1 or 2 shots. Yeah.
Swiftly looking to our man of action to lead us into.
Yeah, I mean, what does it sound like? A rifle or a pistol or?
It sounds like a. I'm gonna say I think it's a rifle. Let me double check to make sure.
You don't have to give me a model. I just mean like, do I think it's like a longer gun, a long gun type thing, or a pistol?
Yeah. It doesn't sound like a pistol. Yeah.
Okay, I'll kind of ask, like, kind of hold up and look and listen, and ask everyone to hold on for a second, and I'll draw my weapon, but I'll also ask, I guess Larkin, like, are there, I don't know, hunting expedition.
Are you expecting anybody out here?
Yeah, like, kind of ask about it. I guess ask about a hunting. I don't mean that word, but I'll ask, like, is this a popular area for people to be hunting?
No, this shouldn't, unless they're protecting their alpacas from something. I don't think.
So it's over we're up at the hill. We don't see anything, and we can tell it's on the other side of the hill, but I can't really get a gauge for.
Yeah, y'all will have to go maybe like a football's field's worth of distance to get and crest this hill.
So I'll kind of jog up real quick, and like I'll just kind of get down on kind of army crawl, literally the last little bit, and try and peek over. And see if I see people.
Yeah, you look over this brow of the hill, and you see from the top of this rise, 2 human figures can be spotted about a half a mile away, 800 meters on the far side of the base of this hill.
And what are they doing?
It looks like one's laying down and one's like, trying to help the other one, like on their knees.
Okay. I'll
You can see a rifle that's laid on the ground next to them.
Okay. I'm not gonna yell or say anything obvious. I'm not gonna make a sound towards them, but I'll get up and run back down the hill to the party.
I was gonna say I'm sure I was 30 seconds behind you because I'm not that all over it, but I wouldn't be far in trying to follow.
Yeah, well, I'll turn to you and just say, hey, we need to try and I don't know if I don't think that guy is helping the person he shot, so maybe they were attacked, and we need to try and get over the hill and get to them, because if there is something out there, we need to try and figure out what's going on. So that's what I was going to relay. Just tell them, like, Vincent can see it if he's up there with me, but tell him what I saw, and then go back to the party and tell them, like, hey, there's 2 guys over the hill. They're armed, but one of them looks like, I can't tell because I didn't have binoculars, but it looks like one of them's hurt some way. He's being helped up. We need to get the fuck going.
I'll mimic Declan as best as can, and kind of come back over and crest the hill again, and just keep an eye on it while he's keeping everybody abreast of the situation. See what else goes on.
And we have to go that way.
It's your direction.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm assuming they're not super far behind us at this point. I'm just keeping an eye on the situation while he talks to them and does whatever I assume brings them along at least closer.
Yeah, I'll just help get everybody up the hill and keep going towards them and try to. So I will try to think.
Larkin's, falling more behind, but he's making his way. He's aware of the situation.
Is there down the hill? Is there is it just a plain, or are there some trees on the way to the people? Is it like a path through some the highland area with some trees?
It's just open. You can see it kind of goes down, and you have another mountain that comes down like this, like a little bit past them. So you got a little bit of cover that way, and then a little bit of cover the other way, but nothing between you and them.
Okay, I was gonna ask Vincent to kind of go off to the side, to come with us, but to come with us.
Maybe there's some large outcroppings if you wanted to get behind rock outcroppings that you could probably wedge into if you're looking for cover on the way down.
I would just if there's some way he can get I want him to move with us, but if there's some way he can not be maybe immediately seen, I will tell him to go do that, and then we'll just go together. I'll be with the rest of the party, and I have my rifle out. I'll tell him if he has whatever he has. I'll make sure he has his gun out.
And you say this to Larkin? You want Larkin to be hidden?
No, I want Vincent.
Vincent to be hidden. Okay, I just want to make sure.
I'm sorry. I want him to go stay with us and keep up, but to try to be hidden off in case maybe this is a trap. Maybe these are I don't know, fucking train robber style, and they're faking an injury because maybe they know maybe they scouted us out and they know we're coming, or...
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
I'll have a little PTSD from the last gunshots we heard and what we found.
Your heart starts to go...
Yeah.
Do I, in this time that he's gone down and everybody up and asked me to go around the side, in watching them, does it just continue on? He's helping the guys set him up, or what's...
I mean, you guys are far. Yours are half a mile away. It's pretty far. But you're watching him, and you're seeing, and he's you can't really tell what he's doing, but he's still kneeling by there's a person that's squatting, kneeling by this other person that's laying down still. And you can see that person that's squatting is moving around, on their knees, right? They're not getting up and moving around. They're just next to them. Looks like consolement or tending to their wounds or patting them, whatever. You don't know.
Not looting and running away.
Or looting before they run away.
Yeah, I don't guess I'd be able to tell anything else from that distance, so I will keep an eye on him until he gets up there, and then I'll do whatever sort of maneuvering that I can do once the crew gets there.
Okay, so in my head, I've got the whole crew going up there. Larkin probably staying with you, Vincent, and you guys are staying back a little bit.
Well, it sounded like he wanted me to kind of like flank around.
I want him to be equal to us and with us. Larkin will stay with us.
Gotcha.
Like, we're going to keep going down the road like nothing's happening. We're just people on the road. I have my gun drawn, but like we're going to just go towards them, and then I want Vincent in as much cover as he can, but keeping up with us.
Cool.
We ain't scared.
So you guys make it about 200, 150 meters away. And you can see that it looks to be like two Peruvians, natives to this area, obviously. And one is laying down, and the other one seems to be like crying, and doing like kind of deal over this other person. And as you get closer, you can see that the one that is crying kind of notices you, looks up, and you see him reach over for the rifle and just kind of like point it your way.
If he raises the gun, I'll raise my gun. And I don't know if I know. I don't think I know Spanish or Portuguese enough to matter, but I'll raise my gun and yell at him. Like, I don't know. I'll just yell in English. Like, drop your gun. We're here to help. If someone knows Spanish, then please translate.
No. Let me yell, and then I'll yell in Spanish.
Okay, I'll do that. I'm still pointing my gun at the guy, though. If he raises his gun at us, I'm pointing my gun at him.
You guys are like getting closer, like cautiously moving closer, and you just hear, "Karisiri, Karisiri, Karisiri." He's holding his gun up towards you.
I'll persuade them that we are not the Karisiri, and we're here to help if they need help.
Okay, roll a persuade.
I'll ask him to. I'll ask you if you can like tell him to lower his gun, and I'll lower mine. Like, we're here to help, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You hear, "You look just like him."
I hear, "Yo hablo, estoy, buongiorno, Taco Bell." That's what Declan hears.
Yeah, I don't know Spanish.
I got a 56.
That sounds right. Yeah, Iris, you're not. You can see he's like not convinced. He's like, "No, you hear. You're like, you look just like them. They just attacked us. Are you coming back to finish what you did?" Is what you hear.
No, I'm trying to think of like if I can show them something that we're not.
Is he still pointing his gun at us?
He's got it up. Yeah. Elias kind of steps out. He's like, "No. They're not Karisiri. No."
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about him. Do they believe Elias?
He doesn't. He kind of doesn't really lower his gun, but he's like listening. What else you got?
For the record, like I assume I've been able to keep mostly in pace with him.
Yeah.
I got this dude like sighted best I can.
Yeah.
Just I'm thinking on my feet, but I don't think any I can say with a gun from the side is going to make it any better right now.
Can I go up to him and just hand out my hand and see what he does? Does it like shake? Just be like.
I will try to stop you if you walk to like you. I'm not gonna like. I mean, if you. I'm gonna try to block you from going up because I don't want you to get shot.
Just to show that like I have no weapons and I don't know.
We'll say you're 100 feet away.
Okay.
You tell me what you want to do.
I'll rethink my actions.
I'm hanging back with Larkin to make sure he doesn't do anything stupid or funny or. Yeah.
He's lost his marbles. Clearly, is something is going on. It has nothing to do with us. We should just go around him. Continue on our journey.
Yeah, I don't want them to shoot us in the back.
I look back at. I look over my shoulder at Larkin and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up!" And then I look back at this guy.
Go around someone that can
Someone
shoot
didn't
you.
sleep.
Yeah, because if
You got all the rest. You got all the sleep.
So it's been what 30 seconds, a minute. Guy's still pointing the gun at us.
Yeah, he's. I mean, you could tell he's scared.
Right, but scared people shoot people.
Right.
So I'm trying to be calm. I'll talk to Iris. I'm like, do you think? Can you try something else? Because I'm not gonna. I don't think he wants to hurt us, but I think he's going to get scared and his finger's going to slip, and I can't let that happen.
I could speak to him again, not persuading him, but just speaking to him very nicely, explain like where we're going, or we're trying to figure out to find this temple, and let them know.
Vincent, do you want to step in with a fast talk or anything else?
I was just looking at the.
Say I don't have that fast talk.
Well, so
Charm.
what role did she make?
A persuade.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm fine with you doing a persuade as well. She just can't do another one.
So the talent, right?
Yes, I forgot all about your talent.
Yeah. So,
Gift of the gab.
Yeah, once per session, when a failed persuade or fast talk is made, you can jump in with the opposite in an attempt to recover. So
there we go.
Perfect. And you also get a bonus die because of Elias's. Whoever was going to roll, not just you. Whoever was going to roll next was going to get a bonus die because Elias, tried to step in and remediate things.
So I'm going to do a fast talk. I'm going to pop up and I'm going to have at least have like, gun back in its holster or something loosely, or whatever. Have it close enough on hand I can get to it, but not immediately visible. Maybe even like I've got it behind whatever bush or whatever, and I'll pop. Hey, look, we're friends. My friends know some medicine. We can help you. We're just going down the road. I'm sorry about your friend, but we're traveling. We're not Karsiri. We've been fighting those assholes actually. And remind me the additional die. How do we roll that in?
It's
it's an extra 10, right?
It's extra 10s die, right? So not 10. The 30, 10, 30, 60, 40, whatever. It's the other one.
Okay. So it's not the percentile. It's the 10s.
No, wait. No, that's right. No, it is the 10s die. You keep the digit, the single digits. Sorry, you keep this one.
Yeah.
And you re-roll this one.
Okay.
Percentile
that sounded
is a reroll.
more useful.
Yeah. The other one's not useful.
Okay. So 50 under 70. So not a crazy good success, but a success nonetheless.
But it's a success nonetheless. And you can see he finally is kind of getting the gist of, 3 people now have tried to okay, look, we're not shooting you yet. Calm down. I know we're in the middle of the Peruvian highlands, but we're not who you think we are. And he kind of gets the gist of that, and you can see him lower his rifle.
And I'll sort of approach from the side as we sort of converge on the situation.
I'll hold as soon as he lowers his rifle, I'll kind of hold for an extra second, but if he fully lowers it all the way, then I'll put mine at a ready, I'm not pointing it at him, but I'm not going to sling my rifle either. Not until we can at least talk to him and get up closer to him. I have it where I can draw it, but I'm not pointing it at him. And I'll kind of...
Since I seem to have gotten through to him, I'll kind of throw mine at least loosely in the holster and as I approach, I'm
going to let you and Iris... I don't speak Spanish, so I'm going to let you and Iris talk to him. I'm just going to kind of hang a little bit back.
Yeah, I'm imagining that I've got passable here. So I'll approach and see what he says, what he does.
Where's the other guy?
So you see it's a heavy set man, the guy you're talking to, with thick eyebrows and is kind of scowling. Green woolen, alpaca looking jacket, big hat. And it's the other person looks to be like a wiry, kind of lanky young person, youth, with unkempt dark hair. There, you can see now that there's this gaping wound in his chest, very reminiscent of what happened to the donkey and Rizzo.
Oh, so it is.
Yeah, you can tell by looking at that. His clothes are soaked with blood. He looks to still be alive, however. He doesn't seem to be...
Do I see the, residue on either of them? The white residue shenanigans?
No.
So...
if he's
seen that on the
professor.
And
yeah, I was gonna yell at Vincent to be careful. I don't care if it spooks them.
Yeah,
if he still seems alive, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm not getting any closer than I have to see what's going on.
And you can hear he's like, you know, like I'm Julio. My son here, Domingo, needs help. Needs first aid. Help.
Does he have any marks where he might have one of these chest bursters in but not out?
Roll me a spot hidden. Chest burster.
That's what it is, man.
I mean, I don't know what else to call it. Benzie calls it a parasite. Which I
Dude, that movie tomorrow's, I hope it's good.
Is it coming out tomorrow?
It's out tomorrow. I'm
Right
so
on.
fucking excited. Anyways.
Romulus?
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you seen the marketing they've done for it? Like,
Dude, yeah, the people, like,
Yes.
like there's been people around cities with facehuggers on them just laying in public.
No, that's
This,
awful.
like-
It's so good, dude.
Well, I hope it's
Hell
good.
Yeah. 24 under.
24 under, yeah. You do not see anything that, you know, no injuries on this guy.
And wiry hair doesn't remind me of fucking Couscous, whatever the hell his name is.
No, he's no.
Okay.
I assume he's talking about Mendoza. That's
That's the one.
That's-
That's the one.
Mendoza. Remember, this is a Peruvian youth, not a the Spanish youth.
Ah, yes. I'm very commonly know the difference in the two.
He has a little bit darker skin than Mendoza.
Okay.
I'll shake his hand and ask him if he wants me to help.
Yes. See.
And ask him if he saw like a parasite type thing or anything. Like, what was he shooting at? If he was shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna ask you to ask him that. So thank you.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, there was a man. Looked like you, and he, you know, skin, and his like light cloth, tattered, old clothing, and a young Peruvian lady, and their mouths, they came out, and they were disgusting, and they ripped into my son here, and I shot at him, and they ran away, but he looks, and you're looking at Domingo, he said, and he's like, it looks like they were successful in like pulling some of the fat out of his body, but they like didn't finish the job. This is the first time you've seen this. I don't know, so it's the second time you've seen this, but still,
Halfway done.
or third time you've seen this. Yeah, it's a halfway done job from what you can tell. He says, he's like, yeah, I shot at him, and they ran away, and he points to the direction that you guys are heading, around the bends of, like, you know, where the mountains kind of like come down and you can't really see around.
At this point, they've got like a 10-minute head start.
I mean, yeah, for a human.
Well,
They're not human.
that was gonna be my, you know, they ran away on foot.
It's probably more than 10 minutes too, because you guys heard the shots when you guys were at the base of the hill. You had to crest the hill, then you had to go down the hill, and then you had to converse. So yeah, I would say 20-30 minutes.
That to look forward to. I'll
I mean,
first aid
I presumed Luis was in the future. I just didn't know how far.
I'll see if I can patch him up. I'll try my sewing abilities again without
My son.
stabbing.
All right. Roll me.
Can I help her?
Absolutely. Do you want to both roll first aid? And do you tell me who's aiding here?
I got 40.
No.
I've got 30.
So maybe you want to aid then.
I'll aid.
Yeah.
No, so Abigail will want to aid.
I'll aid.
Yeah.
And then yes.
If
okay,
she
I see what you're saying.
succeeds, she successfully aids and gives you a dice, right?
I got you.
Correct.
Okay.
So I roll, but it's if I succeed.
If you succeed, she gets extra dice.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Mine's all you.
Right. But that way, yours is a lower chance inherently of success. So
Yeah. At least that's the way I see it. At least that's the way you
I
should do it.
gave it. So.
93. Yeah, you're like, I don't know how to sew up this boy.
Apparently not.
and I think we determined that only one person could really aid, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm keeping my. When they said, I know that we don't see anything and there's a bend, but I'm kind of vaguely watching towards that way and just meandering around. And I want to. What's that guy's? Fuck. What is his name? Not Larkin. God damn it.
Elias?
Thank you, Jesus Christ, Elias. I want to kind of take. I want to take Elias aside and talk to him while
Inside.
Aside.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to hit on Elias.
No,
I want to take. I want to take him aside and talk. Let's do me next. I'm just saying, like, while this is happening, I want to do that. So.
Iris, roll your first aid. You didn't roll it.
Okay. I was just waiting.
I wasn't gonna let you get away with it.
I got a gold star.
Gold star, 21 under 40.
Let's go.
So you open up the pouch that Nara got you. Get some herbs out. Pack it into the wound a little bit and cover it up. You can see his kind of breathing stabilize. He looks not so hot, but he's gonna make it, kind of deal. He's gonna need to eat a few burgers or a pack of steaks before he'll be back in the saddle again.
Got a dead ass back there we could grill up.
It's a days back.
Days back, yeah. I'll ask his friend.
Julio is the father.
Julio, I'll ask him if he'll want to. If he's seeking revenge, he could come with us and towards that same direction.
And you see his eyes. You see his eyes go like, no. And he's like, thank you so much for helping my son. We were going to head back. We do not go any further that direction. We know not to go that way.
I want to ask. Sorry, can I ask her before I step away? Can I ask her to get not directions, but ask him kind of what he thinks is ahead? Like, there's a bend in the road, but just.
Like
is
what
there
to be aware of?
Yeah, that kind of thing. And now I step away with Elias and do whatever. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah. Does he have any advice for going towards that way?
Yes. Do not go any further that direction. Anywhere beyond here is where we do not go. It is forbidden. It is. People do not come back from that direction. We are at the edge. We were just. It's not important. It is not important. We were not going that way. We're heading back home. I was coming to fetch my son from playing, and you can see what that got me. And Julio starts to wake up, and he's like, "Am I gonna be a monster? Am I gonna be a monster?" And just starts like repeating that over and over.
Have y'all seen this before?
No.
I don't.
So how do you know to
fucking bullshit?
How do you know not to go this far then?
It's in our folklore. This is part of our people. This is our heritage. This is the stories we pass down. We do not go any further this way. Perhaps we strayed too far.
What did Naira tell us about the place? Did she give it a name?
I don't think so.
The place where the thing was, the tomb or whatever.
The Armadillo Burrow?
Yeah, whatever the fuck.
I think that's what she called it.
The story she told us.
Yeah, she called it an Armadillo Burrow.
I forgot about that completely.
I did too.
You know the story of this burrow?
Yes. See.
And how many of these Karasiri have you run into?
None. This the two my whole life.
We've seen similar effects to others. We're following this trail.
Look, I don't want anything to do with that. Our family's been fine for generations, and I'm going to just stick to that, and hopefully my son will be fine. I'm going to head back to our home. You're welcome to do whatever you want, but we'll have nothing of it.
Well, tell everyone at your home to be safe and to look out. And if we make it back, maybe you'll have a place for us to rest.
Of course. Make it, yeah, of course. And he like points over a ridge, and he's like, a few miles that way, you'll find my farm or whatever.
Yeah, we're just trying to find peace for your city. I'll explain all that, yeah. A better way. But trying to make peace for the people.
Undo past wrongs.
Yes. All that. And
Make sure he gives us information about what's coming. Don't forget.
Yeah, we asked. He said he doesn't know.
He doesn't. He
said they don't
Oh,
go there.
I thought you were okay. My bad. So he never. I knew. I thought that was the we're not going to help you. Period. Like we're not going to help you. I didn't realize it was I don't know shit. It's a black hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the street you don't cross. Apparently.
Yeah.
Bad part of the jungle.
Like this dude's a fucking liar, and he's afraid that he'll anger the demons if he tells us anything. But whatever, it's fine.
Do you want to roll?
I was gonna ask, like,
no, Declan's not there. He walked away with Elias.
Okay. I was gonna ask about a read, just a general read on the guy. You're playing him pretty straight. That's what I take of him. Is that
right?
right?
You don't need to roll for this. It's very obvious that he is scared and he's worried about his son. His son is stabilized. He wants to get him home. You don't see any signs of deceit at all. He just is being truthful. He doesn't. Maybe they strayed too far, and this is what they got for it. And you shouldn't go that way.
All right. Does your folklore tell of anything else? Any protections? Anything we could do?
No, the protection is to not be there.
Don't go.
Don't
Just
go.
don't go.
Why waste your life?
Well, clearly something is there that shouldn't be there.
Anything else out here, animal-wise, while we're camping that we need to be worried about?
Meta-wise, I believe there's some kind of predator out there. I don't know what it is. With coyotes, maybe.
Just be prepared.
I don't think wolves are in the Peruvian highlands, but I don't know.
I think they've got at least some kind of wild cat.
There's definitely a predator out there, because there has to be. I just personally, Zach does not know what it is. Is it cougars?
More information now
Cougars?
So.
Yeah.
I thought that.
What's up?
Yeah. I thought the spectacled bears are Peruvian.
Whoa, those guys are cool looking.
Yeah. The mountain lions, the spectacled bears. And
It is cougars. All right.
Indian fox. But probably the Indian fox isn't particularly scary.
No, pumas, bears, condors, eagles, jaguars. Ooh, okay, yeah. So there's some things out there.
We're just out there willy-nilly.
Keep your packers in line. That's for sure.
Dinner.
Yep.
All right. Good luck, Julio.
Thank you for the help. Thank you. And he just, he's like, grabs your hand. He's like, thank you so much. If you need to come on your way back, if you make it back, you can come rest at our house.
Thank you. Get him home.
Take it back.
Here. All right, let's go. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep going on. Let's go.
Larkin, this is strike 2, and these circle injuries of this. How have you not heard of this? Do you know anything? You've not seen anything?
No, this is new to me as well.
Strike 2. Are you scared at all?
No, I'm steadfast in my, and we must make it to the pyramid. Nothing will deter me.
The fact that it was so far away.
I love it because it's really far away. Yeah. That's exactly what I pictured it. Yeah.
All right.
What does Elias think about all this? That's what I was gonna ask him. Like
he looks pretty concerned. What do you ask him?
Well, no, so I'm like, Larkin is possessed, has possessed of this singular focus and doesn't care. We've got the second instance, kind of similar to what Iris just said to Larkin. We got the second instance we've seen of this happening. We've got stuff we know we're being told is up ahead. This guy probably thinks it's some kind of the guy with his son thinks it's some kind of supernatural boogeyman, which it is. I'm inclined to agree with the first part of that, but we know it's real. We have no idea what's going up ahead because Larkin won't fucking tell us anything. We have no map. This guy either doesn't know or won't help us. It's a blind curve. It's only going to get worse. I mean, what? I'm basically, and I'm angry. Like, I'm not yelling at him, but I'm very obviously upset. I'm like, what are we doing here?
You know, I've seen men like him, you know, Larkin before. I met them, and they're so passionate about whatever it is their goal is that nothing will stop them from getting what they want. And I believe he's been blinded to whatever truth we're living in now. He does have a goal, and I can't say I'm not worried about it, but I don't know what choice we have. Is we may have a goal that's parallel to his. And I don't know if it's a consolation, but if there was an attack last night on donkeys, an attack in front of us today, maybe whatever it is not following us, but trotting ahead of us in the same direction.
I don't see how that's any better.
It means that hopefully we're not going to get attacked in the middle of this last night.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just, I don't buy that, because I mean, they're either, I mean, we're going into what I believe is some kind of choke point. Like, the worst part is we just don't know where we're going. But these things are very good at evading capture. I mean, Vincent and I couldn't find them last night. I mean, we weren't even far away. Like, I understand it was nighttime, but like, we were very close when it happened. We still could find no sign of them other than a little bit of blood. And I mean, to think that just because they're ahead of us, oh, it's okay, we'll just be behind them and we'll see them. I mean, they're obviously adept at killing people, or trying to kill people in this case. He just got lucky. I'm wondering if they even stopped, and the only reason this kid survived is because they could sense that we're here, and they didn't want to take the chance on getting involved in another fight. Like, why would they leave? One farmer with a gun who probably has no training. He seems scared shitless to me. Like,
that is a good point. I mean, I must confess, I'm not of the military mindset. I'm just a rider. But, do you think they're aware of our presence?
100%. They know. I think they believe, and honestly, and I'll say we're walking back towards the group. I didn't mean this whole thing to be in isolation, so they can hear me talk too. Like, I think that they know we're here, and I think they're leading us either into a trap as like an ambush, or they're leading us into a trap in the sense that they're guiding us where they want us to go. Like, maybe they're not ready to attack us yet, but they're trying to keep us away from something. Or, I mean, underestimating them will get us killed. Whatever they are, whether it's just this one supernatural thing, or whether it's humans and this, or who fucking knows. I am not okay with going around this blind curve and continuing to go until that guy, and I point at Larkin with my finger, gives us more fucking information.
Well, so you walk up, and Vincent has been talking to Larkin, because Julio's walked off now, and you were off talking to him, so I was going to go talk to Larkin and just, I'm going to confront him about Luis, the fact that this seems to be a dead ringer description of Luis, and we have our own suspicions about what he did in previous locales. So I'm going to be pressing him about that. I don't know, how super far in the conversation we are, but that is the conversation that Vincent has started. What do you know about Luis? What is going on with him and this Karasiri?
I don't...
Something is going on. Your man is gone. A man matching his description assaulted someone before we left town. He's a dead ringer for this Karasiri people, and the person that just attacked this young man. And I don't know what this is, but this is dangerous, Mr. Larkin. Dangerous in a way that we did not expect. What do you know about your friend?
I must confess, I don't know much about my friend. I met him in Puno. I'm surprised as well as you are that he did not stay with us, as he has been a great help to me as a bodyguard and aide.
For how long?
Several weeks at least before you arrived, with no issues, and then for him to disappear, and you're slandering him, saying that he's doing these things, which I have no evidence of, and no previous accusations of. I'm sorry, I don't have any glorified answer for you.
You probably got the heroin from him too, huh?
After he says that one thing, you know, I'll walk up and I'll retcon in the thing I said to him and pointing at him. But when he says that one specific thing, I'm like, whether or not you know him or not, you know where we're going. You're holding out information on us. I agree. I don't know how to phrase this. My brain's not working. I'll say it in a better way that I agree with what Vincent said. I'm not just gonna say I agree, but like I want answers, and if you want my help, and I'll gesture vaguely at where the body was, I think you fucking need it. Give us something. Where are we going, and what's around that corner that these people are so afraid of they won't even talk about?
Now, you know what's around the corner. I've already told you. It's the pyramid. That way. The direction we're heading.
I'll look at Vincent and I'll talk to Vincent, but just, you know, like normal talking voice. I'm about to break his jaw.
Look, Mr. Larkin, we did not share with you out of concern for, well, frankly, our own safety. Someone matching his description before he disappeared assaulted a man that was interested in our expedition, and I believe, seems to have caused the death in a very similar manner to this attack on this young man of two people in Puno. And I can't help but think in hindsight that they might have had something to do with these gunshots and the death of someone that we saw at Lake Titicaca. There is something very wrong with your friend. Something very dangerous.
Oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but what can I do about it?
We just want to know what you know.
I have told you as much. He's been a friend and loyal employee for me for several weeks now. I met him in Puno, and I haven't had any issues with him.
At that point, I gesture wildly, like out of disbelief. Several weeks, like you're judging this man's character, and you've known him for 3 weeks.
And you're judging him, and you've known him for 2.
I don't trust my life to my son's baseball coach. I've known him for 3 weeks too. I'm not here following him in Peru.
We're not following him either. You're following me, and I've told you the direction we're going. You know what we're here for. Everyone's agreed to this. You can
tell
either
us
follow
what's
me
around
or
the
not.
corner.
I've already told you. It's a pyramid. That's where we're heading.
If you have this magical map in your head, just give us something to go off so Vincent and I can at least kind of plan what we're gonna see. There's a blind corner with people doing something, things doing something. We're not just gonna keep walking and just say, okay, we're going this way. I'm not saying to give up your secret of this bullshit, because I frankly don't care anymore. But I want to know a vague idea of what's that way with your magic. I can't say GPS. Your magic fucking
map.
Yeah, your magic cartographer's map.
I'm not sure what more you want from me. You want me to tell you the exact directions of the heading we're going in, or what we expect to see along the way? I don't understand.
Is it a mile away? Is it 10 miles away?
We have about another day's journey ahead of us.
Another day.
So,
and much longer if we stand here in the middle of the Peruvian highlands and keep bickering at each other.
I'll whistle to the group for us to like kind of come together. And
Mr. Larkin, have you traveled through this corner here, where these locals refuse to go?
No, I have not been here personally. No.
You just have the directions
right.
from these people.
Correct.
give a sort of eye-rolly resignation look to Declan without directly giving it to Larkin, and very well, let's get ready, and I'll go speak to the crew.
Yeah, I want to tell the group that I think that he's taking us to, like, maybe we are the sacrifices and he's going to take us to this temple.
I point at you and I'm like nodding, like doing the yep, yep,
like, this is all to. He's adamant about us going and not giving us any information.
Well, you know his excuse, what his excuse was for that. And people getting killed around him is only solidifying in his excuse that someone is trying to kill him and take the information so they can get the money for themselves.
Right. And you know, Declan kind of, like I said, nods, but then I'll, as trying to be devil's advocate, I'll say, even if the man is just deluded and wants this treasure and this secret, the fact is he knows less than at least I thought. I thought at least he had a working knowledge of maybe the terrain and some features we'd go through. It seems like he just knows a general fucking direction and some distances. Like, this would be dangerous enough if we didn't have these tapeworms devouring people. Like, I can only do so much here to protect us, and I don't know what we're walking into. And I've gesture vaguely back at Larkin, like, he's not any fucking help.
I think, unfortunately, as we have sort of already expected, and I sort of nod at Jackson, you know, he's a man consumed by a purpose. He's deluded, perhaps a bit narcissistic. He wants this fame, he wants this treasure, he wants the money. Probably so he can buy more of that Peruvian heroin.
Mm-hmm.
It's the good stuff.
But, they say, unfortunately, I think you're right. I think he knows, you know, he talked to 3 locals who all told him it was however many miles down this road in this direction and this direction, that direction, through these landmarks.
So do we play along?
I believe, I truly, that is my read on the guy, right? Like, nothing in this last conversation has changed any of that. That is still the read, right?
Right. And you got to remember too, like, Nyara gave you a general direction of where to go, and you are heading, you know, that direction.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think he's told us generally as much as he knows, other than perhaps some landmarks.
I think that I agree with you, but I think that's the problem. I thought, so Mike kind of did too, but in character, Declan says, I thought he knew more. I thought he would at least be able to help us, like, navigate better than this if we ran into problems. I didn't know he just knew what a 10-year-old can know if they look at a map.
Regretfully, look, if we're worried about this choke point, which it certainly is to some extent, we can attempt to, gain a terrain advantage and scale some cliffs here if you think it's necessary. But ultimately, we can continue this mission to make right what was done in the past and take care of Nyara and see these sacred sites,
return this
place
gold.
These things back where they belong, and hope that we're doing something good without dying in the process. Or we can tell Larkin that he can go on his own and we're going home. It's one or the other.
I don't think we need to. If at this point, if you guys, I don't want to go, but you guys, if you want to, I mean, it's my job to try and help. I don't want to leave you alone, and selfishly, I don't know how smart it would be for me to try and backtrack alone either, because we're, I don't know, 5 days, well, a few days, I don't remember, it doesn't matter, a few days away, or gone from the nearest shitty town that we were at. I I think we need to be careful and not run, but try it, even though it's counterintuitive, I guess, try to get there as quickly as we can while still being careful. Like, cut this travel time down to just try to get where we're going and get whatever he wants and then leave. But I will say, if we get there, I have this sneaking feeling that, assuming Iris isn't right and he's not trying to literally ritually sacrifice us, if we get there and the treasure isn't there, or he feels like it's not complete, he isn't going to stop. He's going to say, oh, well, let's go around the next one. And this is going to turn into the never-ending,
national treasure.
I keep trying to say pop culture shit. Then, yeah, the never-ending, like, hunt for whatever.
What do we do if that is the case?
We go home. I signed up for this one expedition. I'm not going all over South America.
Do you think we should just leave him behind? I'm fine with that. I'm just asking your opinion. As long as we all stay together as a group.
We have the numbers.
That we do.
All right.
Yeah.
And if I see your point, you think we should move on through the night? We may be able to convince Larkin.
I don't think we need to convince him. I just tell him that's what we're doing, because he passed out the whole time.
Well, like I said, I don't think it's going to take much convincing if you want him to move along.
My only fear on that front is, if we are indeed going to face these Karasiri, 2 or more of them, do we want to do that after traveling through the night and not getting any rest? If that's the choice,
I don't necessarily want to go through that. I'm not trying to say that we go immediately and we go, like, I think traveling through the night, because again, for all the reasons I've listed, we're not sure what's coming up. He's not going to tell us. I think that brings its own danger. I do think we stop and get some rest if we don't make it tonight, but I'm just saying, I don't know, kind of talking out loud. Let's get there with a purpose. I guess we've not really truly been lollygagging, but get there as quickly as we can, and just, we have to, I don't know, I almost want to say that if we find other people, like, that even if they look injured, I think we have to treat everyone as a potential enemy at this point. I think it's, the chance of traps are through the roof, and this guy, the guy that we saw, Julio or whatever, said that none of his people want to go any farther anyways, so we can presume anyone we find going to the pyramids are faking it, or... I think it's gonna get sticky.
I think you're right.
I think we're sacrifices, but I'm still want to go find out.
I think that's perhaps the purpose of Luis. Unfortunately, I think Larkin is just...
He probably knows too. That's why he has the heroin, and he's gonna die before he gets
I
there.
think he's just a deluded rich man, but I could be.
All right, let's
let's
keep on. Let's keep on going, and let's see what happens.
Well, as you said, let's keep our wits about us. Let's keep our eyes peeled, and just, we know we're, as you said, none of the locals should be around. I don't necessarily know that we need to.
That's right.
Have too itchy of a trigger finger, but we certainly
Should
need
have
to
asked
be
them for weapons. Damn it.
on guard. Little late for extra weapons.
Yeah.
Wanted that.
Okay. So, you guys continue on. Night comes. You have a camp. Get your rotation going. Is anybody doing anything particular that we need to know? Otherwise, we will say you have a rotation going for the watch.
I think those asses are hobbled up.
You got them in the center of camp.
Real close, right up,
Yep.
right with us.
Yep.
I'm manifesting to spirits to help me or guide me or all the things.
Okay. Please
So I don't
protect
become
the
a-
asses.
I get into some
Yes.
incredibly distractory conversation with Elias about some philosophical nonsense
Yeah.
and just fucking Theseus's boat or some shit.
Oh gosh. Yeah, don't get them started. Yeah.
Oh no, it's yeah, that's
good.
our
Love
that's our
it.
conversation.
Yeah, so you guys have a long conversation about philosophy. And finally night comes, you guys do your rotations. Nothing happens in the night. You guys get up in the morning, pack your stuff, head out. And about midday the next day of moving, you guys start to go up this, like, the side of a ridge of a mountain. And so you're, like, going up, and you can see kind of like plateaus and mountains off in the distance. Not much vegetation, and you guys are going up and up and up and up and up, and like a couple hours go by, and you guys have crested this mountain, and you can see this beautiful landscape all around you. And Larkin's like, this is the way, and you can see kind of like you're going down this edge of the mountain and like kind of wrapping around it on the other side. But you still have you're still like the tallest mountain around you, so you still have a beautiful view of everything around you. And you can see this like plateau in the distance, like beneath you, but also kind of like hidden within the mountain. It's different because it's like higher up, but also below you. And so you couldn't see it from below. You'd have to be at this like huge vantage point and go around the edge of the mountain to even see this kind of like outcropping plateau come out. And you're making your way that way, and you've noticed that even though there was sparse vegetation, there's even less so now. Like you can start to see the things like die. There's like nothing around you. There's no grass. There's like dust and rocks. Just bunch of brown, right? And you're overlooking this kind of like wind-blown valley after an amount of time. Like I said, there's no life around you, and you see this kind of buried pyramid, for lack of a better term. You see this is some walls, then this inset valley beneath you. And you're high enough at this point where you've kind of come around a trail, and you can see maybe you're like 30 feet over this thing beneath you, this land. And in front of you, you see kind of like walls come up, obstructing some of your vision, with some kind of gate you'd have to go look at, like entryway, not a gate. And you can see further in your vision this kind of stepped pyramid go up with a flat top. And it's basically a ruins. Other than that, you can see there's a perimeter wall that seems to be standing for the most part, and some other walls in the vicinity that look like they are crumbling. Roll me a spot hidden, everyone.
Oh no.
Bruh.
No.
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh no!
Fucking do a single thing.
We're all.
Does anybody 35, 25, and so a 43 over 35, 45 over 25, and 83 over 40.
I'm not using 40 points of luck. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Iris may need to, but we'll see.
If someone's close, then yeah, go for it if you want to.
Or push. But this may be a bad time to push.
Yeah. So, hold please.
Holding.
Pull your sheet up if you want.
Spot hidden.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I hate that it's not shown on the same damn page.
What? Oh, your luck. 50. It says here 59.
59.
Yeah, so Iris only has to spend 8 luck to get.
Do that.
I think that's worth it, honestly.
59.
You had 59 luck, but it was 50 was yours.
I'm at 67. Let me spend mine and save yours.
Yeah. Okay, so that is. I would have to spend 11. So.
Yeah, let me spend mine.
Slightly.
Can you do it on your end, Zach?
How much do you have? I've got 59. How much luck do you have?
67.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you're okay with it, I'll let you push and spend mine.
Yeah, let's do it.
And I've kind of just gotten to the point where I'm just giving you luck randomly nowadays. I haven't done it this session. I normally do it at the end of the session, but instead of interrupting, I just kind of give you guys luck as things go by. For good roleplay or whatever. So you may see it rise. Yeah, I won't decrease it without.
Good roleplay this time, guys.
I have said I'll do it at the end of the session.
Yeah, he says
because I was interrupting you guys, and I am now. So you spend 8 luck to pass that spot hidden check, and you see what looks to be the figure. You guys are getting closer, so you're getting closer, and you're just like at the elevation where you can see over part of the wall, the perimeter wall, but you can see the top of the step pyramid. Does that make sense? And on the top of the step pyramid, you see the forms of what the Julio described. You know, the conquistador-looking cotton clothing. And you see him kind of like wobbling around the top of this pyramid, and you're like, what is going on? And you can see that their stomach is like distended and large and fat, almost like pregnant, as they're like waddling around on top of this. And you see the male with like conquistador cotton clothing, and you see this younger female as well, shorter, with more modern clothing. And they're both just like this disgustingly bloated. And you see the male kind of waddle over to the middle of this pyramid, and you see him kind of lurch down on 2 hands, and you see his mouth kind of like open up and just goes and just white fat is pouring out of his mouth into like some kind of crack on top of the pyramid, and it's just funneling down. And we'll pick up there next time.
We're sacrificing.
Disgusting.
We're fat sacrifices.
Iris was right. Justice for Iris.
Justice for Iris.
Yeah.
Why I oughta.
Why?
Like I said, I don't think we were. I don't think we were sacrificed by Larkin. I think Larkin was had.
Fucking dumbass.
By the heroina.
The heroina.
He was having lucid dreams.
And thanks, as always, to Syrinscape for the amazing atmosphere and music. Make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com. You've just got to be using it at your gaming table.